Here at Rehab and Revive, we utilize neuromechanical therapy to treat out a variety of conditions, including nerve compression and carpal tunnel syndrome. Before we get into the specifics of CTS, it is important to understand a little bit more about what nerves do, where they originate from, and what it might look like when there are symptoms involving nerves. But first, please spend a few seconds to like our video and subscribe to our channel. If you found this video helpful in any way, please consider hitting that thanks button and donating. Also, our team has worked hard to bring some fun and inspiring merch. You can check out those below. We appreciate your support. Nerves send motory and sensory information from the brain via your spinal cord into your upper and lower extremities. Specifically, the nerves that innervate your arms, hands, and fingers originate from the cervical spine or neck region. There are quite a few different nerves that originate from the different spinal roots in the neck. Today, we'll be focusing mainly on the median nerve and its relationship to carpal tunnel syndrome. So what is carpal tunnel syndrome? Carpal tunnel syndrome refers to compression of the median nerve as it travels from your neck, under your clavicle, through the brachial plexus of your arm, into the forearm, through the row of carpal bones where the name carpal tunnel syndrome arises from, and into your fingers. Although it may seem as though your symptoms, which can range from stiffness, pressure, pain, numbness, and tingling, is coming from the wrists, it is important to note that the nerve can be compromised anywhere from its origin of the neck all the way through to the fingers. So here are a few things you can do to alleviate symptoms or prevent them altogether. So sitting posture is going to be the #1 priority in terms of how you position or hold your body, especially while you're sitting, working on a computer, using your phone, is really going to influence the tension or compression of your nerves. So let's get started. So we're going to look at our feet. We want our feet to be firmly planted on the floor to provide us a nice base. Going up to the next joint, we want a slight angle, and we want our hips higher than our knees going downwards. Next, we're gonna sit about 2 inches from your pubic bone to the edge of the table. So we're just gonna scoot a little forward here. After that, we actually want our weight shifted from our sit bones or ischial tuberosity. We don't wanna be sitting here because it's gonna promote rounding of our back. Instead, we wanna shift our weight forward to about the first third of our thighs. Going up to the next joint, we're gonna look at how our rib cage sits on top of our pelvis. So to do that, we're gonna use our pinky and our thumb. We're gonna stick our pinky right into the belly button, and your thumb should touch the bottom of your xiphoid process, which is this sternum bone right here. If you have to overextend your thumb or your pinky, it probably means that you're too opened upwards and we need to draw that down. Conversely, if you are too lowered here, you're gonna wanna straighten up that chest just so that that thumb and pinky fit nicely between your belly button and your sternum. To set our shoulders, all we're gonna do is shrug them up, turn our palms out, and drop them down. And we're just gonna give you a slight chin tuck, and this is proper sitting position. To work on your computer, you just put your hands out and work like this. So the next thing we'll go over is a cervical impact chin exercise to improve dynamic stability, or those needing a combination of both stability and mobility. As we mentioned earlier in this video, the median nerve comes from the cervical spine, specifically C5 through T1. Cervical instability can jeopardize the health of your nerves, so we want to make sure that we're engaging our neck muscles properly. We'll want to first engage your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and then you're going to use your fist as a perch on your neck and apply a downward pressure. You're going to hold this for 30 to 60 seconds. Once this feels stable, we're going to introduce a 5-degree rotation both to the right and the left, and we're gonna hold again for 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, and we'll go through the full right rotation, and then we're gonna go through left rotation and hold again for 30 to 60 seconds at each range. The next tip we have for you is called upper extremity nerve flossing. This one is really important, but it's also key that you're very mindful about where the tension is that you are feeling down your arm. So we're gonna use one hand, we're gonna put it right into our cervical spine so that we can feel when there is movement. With the other arm, we're gonna put it straight and we're gonna introduce an abduction movement. And whenever you get to the restriction or where you feel movement in your neck as well, you'll kind of stop bringing your arm up. So for me, it's right about here. You're gonna hold it for about 5 seconds and then you're gonna come back down. Okay, we're gonna go up. There's my restriction. I just felt movement in my neck. We're gonna hold it for 5 seconds and we'll go back down. It's important not to go beyond where you feel the initial restriction or movement in your neck because your nerve could get irritated and it can actually tighten up. Because the nerves originate from your neck and go down to your fingertips and then pass through a bunch of different structures, it's important that they're able to slide and glide through different muscles or a tissue. And so that's why we are using nerve flossing as a means to get that nerve to glide and slide properly. Now we understand a little bit more about nerves and a few things to be on the lookout for when you do begin to feel symptoms of carpal tunnel. It's important to remember that although you are feeling symptoms in your wrist or hand area, the root of the problem may arise anywhere from the median nerve path. Let us know your thoughts on our video and leave us some love or questions in the comments box below. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate the support. I'm Dr. Nguyen, and remember, we heal smarter, not harder.